Hey, all my love bugs and love dolls. So I'm back, guys. So before the video even starts, I do want to give a shout out to Perry Hinton. He left me a message and told me he liked the video speaking about mental health awareness. And before I get into the full video, because this is a nail video, but I do want to bring some additional awareness to mental health and about my daughter. So my daughter is 18. She's been struggling with this since she was 12. She stabbed my husband in the finger for no reason when we lived in Richmond, Virginia, and that's how I found out she was mental health. She used to cry and scream. I hope you guys can hear me okay. And I hope y'all liking the ring light. She used to cry and scream. At first would be a laugh. Mommy, do you see them? Do you see them? Do you hear them? And I thought it was just a joke at first. And then I was like, see what? And she was like, they're gremlins talking to me. And I was like, I don't know if she's joking or not. So once she stabbed my husband down there, that's kind of a big deal. So we was on the news. And she had to go to this hospital called Chippenham. I don't know if I have any Richmond views, but if you live in the Richmond area, you know Chippenham Hospital. And they have a child psychiatrist ward in there, so she ended up going there. So they diagnosed her with audio and visual hallucinations. She stayed in there about 7 days. They released her, and we moved back to DC here. So excuse me guys, I do have gum in my mouth. I am chewing a little bit, so if you see a little chew, it's just gum. So we moved back to DC, where I'm originally from, born and bred. So when we came here, she kind of fell through the cracks, which I didn't like. I kind of got her some help. She ended up was having a lot of crisis, and I eventually got her into Children's Hospital, the main building here, and they diagnosed her still with the audio and visual hallucinations. She would lie a lot. She said she was raped. I don't know, and I don't downplay it if she was. So they end up sending a sheriff to my house. It wasn't done by any family members. It was a potential boyfriend she had, and I guess when she got to his house to smoke, things went left, just to say the least. I really don't know. She doesn't like to talk about it, and I don't force her to talk about it. So she kind of was sliding through the cracks with them. They was like, no, this is all attention. This is behavior issues. This is not mental health. We have been doing this 30 plus years. We know mental health when we see it. So then, if anybody's familiar with Washington, D.C., they have a psychiatric facility called PIW, the Psychiatric Institute of Washington, D.C. She went there. They said she was diagnosed with PTSD, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. For all you guys that don't know, bipolar issue runs with my father. On my father's side, I was diagnosed very early on with bipolar and schizophrenia. I prayed it away, and thank God I don't take medicine or anything. So that kept on. So she's very well known with 7th District Police Department. They have some wonderful people there. One of the officers, it's 2, I don't want to really say their name, but they're very well trained in handling people who have psychosis and psychiatric issues. And so they really was able to point her in the right direction. So she got hooked with these people, this facility named Hillcrest, and she really didn't like it because she said they just wanted to go in depth, and that's what they do. They try to get to the root of the problem so they can help you better with issues and the right medication. So she was on this medicine called Abilify, It worked, and she said it didn't work. So now she's on Depakote, but she just got the COVID shot, she wouldn't have, but she is initially grown. She's 18, about to be 19 in November. So, she does her own thing. So she just got a landscaper job with my sister, and she's loving it. And her pills were here on the table, but I think she put them up. She hasn't been taking them in a week. But usually when her mind is occupied at best is when she has less crisis. So I'm thinking the older that she gets, the less crisis she will have. And I just pray. I pray all the time that she don't have to go to the hospital. She used to call the police a lot. And sorry, guys, if y'all see a lot of shaking. Sometimes when I hit this table, because I have a mini ring light, it clamps onto the desk or table you're sitting at. If you hit it, it will shake uncontrollably. So, she used to have this issue where she would call the police and she would fight them. She would fight them because she knew they was going to take her to Children's and they wouldn't do anything for her. Children's, this thing, she has a behavior issue and she's doing it for attention. She's the middle child, so she also has that middle child complex. So she eventually started going back to PIW, and now that she's 18, PIW, their beds are usually full unless you walk in. They will not take you if you call the ambulance. So this last time she went to a hospital called United Medical. It used to be called Greater Southeast. And she went, they kept her a week, I think, and she got the Depakote. And she's been okay. Crisis, she will continue to have crisis until she can become one with God. She is really highly into, she calls herself a witch. Her father practices spells, and she practiced spells, good ones. I really don't get into all of that. I think this is what created the issues. When you call for the devil shall come knocking. So in my opinion, in my book, I was a nurse since I was fresh out of high school up until 2011, and I had my 10-year-old, and I had her premature. She was a micro preemie. She weighed 449 grams. And I basically just quit my job so I could take care of her. So I think that's what brought it on. But I will always be here for her. I try to push her to be the best adult she can be so she can live a normal, healthy life. And she's kind of going in the right direction. I try to keep her there. I pray for all 5 of my children. If you did not know, they're 25, 21, she'll be 19, 10, and 9. So I pray for all of them constantly. So I pray that one day this too will fade like mine did. God will take it away from her, and no more will it be. So now that I have said that, please, guys, again, if there is anyone you know of who has mental health issues, listen to them. If they're telling you they hear people voices are talking to them, they're doing strange things that you notice they haven't been doing, it's not all the times, oh, they on drugs, they doing this, they being influenced. No, there is a high probability that they have mental health issues. Young children do not know how to cope like adults. And even us adults get very depressed and have issues ourselves. And it's hard life is hard. It is. It's really hard. And it beats the children down. They want to be themselves, but fear of being judged. They can't be themselves. They get friends. The friends start talking about them, putting them down and stuff. So life is hard, even as adults. So it's even harder on the children. So guys, only thing I can say is just listen. Even if you're not the parent, you're a friend, a cousin, a close relative, listen and get them help. And I want to end that on a good note. So I'm going to shift this, y'all. I just feel like I'm breaking my neck. Okay. So, guys, here's the girls for the next 3.5, 4 weeks. As you see, they're growing, so they're curving. Don't mind my Miss Badass nails. A finger I call her. I broke this finger fighting. Never went and got it fixed, so it's gonna be like that. Except me on my flaws will get on. That's all I can tell you. Get on. So I went back to my old original tech because I was finding myself going to 5-star nail salons and they was doing just an awful rough job. I would get home and be like, my 10-year-old can do better than this. Like, what is this? So I went back to him. He fixed my nails and here's my baby. This is my design on both nails. They're actually different. They have like butterfly stickers in them and everything. So I went back to him. I hadn't been to him in 3 to 4 months because I was just like searching, because a lot of people go to him. A lot of people like going to him because he's good at what he does. And I'm back now and I'm happy as ever. I didn't have to tell him what I wanted. When I sat down, he thickened them because he knows I like them thick. He thickened them. He put the apex right. This is actually glow in the dark. Nude, it glows blue. This nail doesn't glow too much because of the designs on them. And for Mr. Anthony, I can't remember your last name. I just went back to look at it. You said, my nails are sexy. Thank you so much. I do a lot of, and I will be continuing doing a lot of nail videos. I get them done every 3.5 to 4 weeks because my tech is good and they last that long. Y'all gonna get 2 videos today. One is this, and one is about this pretty dupe of an NCM bag I have. So this video is relatively short, but it isn't short. You might get 3. You might get a chat and smoke vlog. So I love you guys. Continue to tell your mammy, your uncle, your cousin, your daddy, and the dog to come follow me. If you hear that, that's my cat, and I'm about to put her out. If she don't stop scratching on my couch, she doesn't mess it up, guys. I buy her scratch boards. She won't use them. I have to buy her cat towels. She has a beautiful cat bed, but she just wants to scratch on my couch and sleep in my bed. But I have to make her sleep in her own bed. So guys, this will conclude this video. I love you guys and stay blessed.